Ni na udhocha ingine ne na ukono cia movo otonominia kwindwa maikiteka yu siko cia ukungu nitona kwindwa ibikie muthia itina wa kambuni wa Harriet Botanicals kwindwa ukomanie kana wikio kunikili wandawa imwe ikwitwa arorwet na ingi ikwitwa tendwet. Mwandiki witu ula ni Emmanuel Mbithi niwendiwe aikomana na mwambisia wa ndawa ithi na atumbanisha onania ula ulitawo.
Nondo misi niwe na marina maingi wethia ona aina maitu na hetwenya maitu mena marina maingi ma ki usiai na anake na mona one wethia mena marina ona ma ki usiai wi no etie marina ndambuka ni situ kuimanga usungio wa usiai nitukomanie na madam wetu wa Harriet Ngo'k one we were ekita research na katose uizia kinutoniye nikiwe kinotejo nende tutambanie mtu nene nake obani tuigwe asiata yulua research yake. Madam Harriet, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Now I want us to have this conversation, and before we do the conversation I want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself to the Kamba community.
Thank you very much.
Who is Harriet?
So my name is Harriet Ngo'k, and I'm the CEO founder of a company called Harriet Botanicals, which retails traditional medicine for an urban and a diaspora audience. So most of our products actually come from the Kalenjin community, specifically the Kipsigis community. And my idea really was when this was introduced to me, and I continued with the formulation, and it worked for me. My idea was now to bring this to an urban audience, because a lot of us, maybe we no longer go up country, we're not connected to the old folks, our grandmothers and our grandfathers, and we don't have access to these incredible remedies that do so much for us. Yes.
So how did you come up with this? How did you start?
So I am a long-term, so I suffer from something called endometriosis, even though right now I'm asymptomatic. So I've had this problem since I was 18.
Oh, sorry.
So we're looking way back in the 90s when I had a painful period. And it's like I was one of the few people in the class who, when things are going wrong, when I'm on my period, I'm actually in bed. I'm not in class. So you see, I didn't realize there's a real illness. I just thought my periods are painful. And I was very active in school and I was eating very healthily, but I still used to suffer for 4 days every month. Now it progressed and got worse in my 20s. And when I started working, it was so bad that I would miss a week of work every single day.
Okay, Kiswahili, Harriet.
Yes.
Yani periods tu.
Periods.
Ile ya kawaida ya mwanamke.
Kabisa.
Inafanya unakuwa kwa kitanda kwa wiki mzima ukiwa mgonjwa.
Yani uko na uchungu nyingi sana, unatapika, sile uko na stress, yani you roll on the floor.
Wow.
Hata sisi zingine unapeleka hospitali unadungwa shindano.
What?
Because you cannot function. Na kila mtu anafikiri uko na ugonjwa ile waelewi, lakini ni periods.
Periods.
Ndio. Na ile damu inatoka ni nyingi. So hata damu inaenda chini, you're suffering so much. You cannot function for that 1 week. So ni kama wewe ni umelemewa. It's like you're a cripple. And if you're working in a very strong environment where you must perform, you're already underperforming. And if it's a male-dominated environment, people won't understand. So I started researching from 2000. And I used to go both to Kawaida doctor and alternative. I tried everything. So, forward to 2017 is when I was introduced to this when I was in Ushago. I was there for a funeral. And somebody just saw the way I was behaving that day. I had my periods. It was a terrible day.
Akakuhurumia tu.
Sana. Vile tu aliniangalia hivi mama mwingine akasema nimegundua shida yako. Kesho naleta dawa. So I was a bit amused, but I wanted to try it. And when I took this thing to Nairobi, for the first time in over 20 years, I had a painless period.
Wow.
So I rushed back and I asked her, give me some more medications. So then I started talking to different herbalists. We work with about 200 herbalists in that part of the world, Kipsigis and Maasai and Ogiek. And I picked up a formula here, I picked up another formula here, and I went to do my own research on the internet. And then I went to University of Nairobi to have my herbs tested.
Okay.
And they were able to tell me, the pharmacognosy and pharmacology departments.
Yeah.
They were able to tell me these are well-known herbs and this is how they are used and these are the properties. This is what they do. Some are for inflammation, some are for pain, some are for growth, some shrink growth, right? Some are to balance your hormones, some are for you to produce more eggs, some are to stop you producing eggs at the wrong time, some are to increase libido, because libido is so important for procreation. So when I introduced this product to my friends, because I thought a lot of them had fibroids, a lot of them were going through something, they were being prescribed hysterectomies. Hysterectomy inamaanisha kutoa nyumba ya uzazi. Najua ukifika a certain age, usually 40, unaambiwa you can't have children. So vile ungefanya hiki tunakusumbua sana, toa nyumba ya uzazi. So my friend was on her way to a hysterectomy. So let's just try this thing. And that was the end of the hysterectomy story. And then word spread. So then I registered the business. And that is how it grew.
Kwa hivyo sasa unamaanisha hii ni solution
kabisa
ya fibroids,
endometriosis, adenomyosis, UTI, uterine tract infections. Mara nyingi women are getting uterine tract every month. Wanapata hiki tunaitwa candidiasis, itching and painful, right? Every month, right? There's that one. There's fibroids I've mentioned, cysts, ovarian cysts. There's a condition called PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome. Then there's primary infertility, hujawahi kupata mtoto. Then there's secondary infertility, umepata watoto, alafu pengine umemeza hizi dawa ya family planning, sasa uko ready kupata mtoto mwingine, tubes zimeblock. Sindio? Other period doesn't even come. Inakaa 3 years, you're not getting pregnant, and you're off the family planning. Then there's blocked tubes, which is usually caused by infections. Like you can have an infection which stays for so long that water fills into the tubes, both of them. So of course, the sperms cannot get to the egg. There's blocked tubes, and finally there's something called pelvic inflammatory disorder, PID. That is what our road treats.
Because there's some ladies who are asking, it's taken like 2-3 years since they got their periods.
Yes.
Now, does it unblock?
Yes. That condition is called amenorrhea. Yes. And you'd be surprised at how common it is, because for me, I'd never heard of anybody who their period disappeared. We call it disappeared period. So immediately clients started coming to us and saying, my period disappeared for a month, 2 months, others 6 months, 2 years, others 10 years. Then you begin to understand the history. What happened 10 years ago, what were you doing? And some of them say, I was on emergency contraception, and one day my period just stopped. It's like the medicine I took told my body, stop producing eggs, because you don't want to get pregnant. But emergency contraception is supposed to be just for a short while. So many come to us and say, I had surgery, I haven't had my periods for 1 year. Another one come and say, I was taking this kind of medication, and my periods have disappeared for 6 months. And they are all so worried. Because it signifies something. It signifies you cannot have children. And maybe at that time, that particular day, when you took the medication or whatever it was you were doing, you didn't plan to have children. But of course, now the time has come. Maybe you've met somebody, you're in a relationship, you're settled, maybe you have enough money, you want children. Or you at least want to know you can do it. So it's psychologically very distressing. So yes, even I didn't even know. When I introduced Harriet, I thought fibroids. And for me, I was painless. So I told my friends, you will not feel pain, you won't sleep, your period will come, you'll be in the supermarket and your period has come and you don't know. That's what we call a painless period. You don't even notice when you go to the bathroom. It's so wonderful. Your mood won't change. You'll be in a good mood, and in your period, you'll be able to cook, you'll go to work, nobody will know. Sometimes you don't know that you're on your period the whole day. That's exactly what we call a painless period. So I was only doing painless period and fibroids, because I was saying I don't want all my classmates, my friends, all of them to have no uterus, to have no womb. I thought it's unfair.
There's another problem I want you to tell us if it solves.
Yes.
Some ladies experience pain during sex.
Yes. Now that's a function of, for instance, if you have endometriosis or PID or a UTI, and even fibroids, depending on where they are, some of those conditions, the UTI and the PID, cause inflammation. of the sex channel.
Yeah.
So, as this is happening, of course you're feeling pain, and you don't understand why. Endometriosis, a lot of things are happening all the time. There's always inflammation. And usually your libido is very low. When you have these conditions, your hormones are out of sync. So you actually don't feel like having sex, and you don't produce the juice that makes sex pleasurable. You have no desire as well. When your hormones are out of sync, you have no desire. So people think that, we did this libido thing just to spice things up. But in actual fact, we know that a function of a healthy reproductive system for both men and women is high libido. It's our birthright. Even if you do nothing about it. So, there was even a time a whole entire WhatsApp group was formed because one woman, after taking this, discovered her libido shot. So she told all her friends, they joined the group, and now they're like, give us some more, bring that down. These are not even women who want children, maybe they're past 40 or they're past 50, but they were so excited about it.
Well, okay, I bought one, I took to one of my close relatives, and she told me, I'm having some medication. I have some medicine I'm taking. How about that?
Yes, that's fine. This is 100% natural. We don't even use preservatives.
So it doesn't interfere with whatever?
Absolutely not. It complements. It complements other medicine because it's cleaning your tummy. Arrowroot itself is for the digestive system. So it cleans out your tummy. If you're taking something else for your tummy, this will also complement. It makes your liver work. It flushes out your kidney. So many things. It reduces pain. So let's say you're going to take 10 Panadols in 10 days. Maybe you'll take 4 Panadols in 10 days. You see, you use less painkillers. There are so many effects. As it's cleaning out your tummy, taking out excess waste, taking out even gas, constipation. Taking all that out, even your joints start to work better because waste is coming out. I mean, it's really...
Any side effects?
No side effects. The first week, for instance, you take this, you sleep a lot, right? Especially for women, because something has come into your system, you're about to go into a deep detox. You sleep a lot, you drink a lot of water, you will visit the toilet, both number 1 and number 2, it's important. Your detox has started.
Okay, well, when we go to the pharmacy, the doctor normally, they give us what we call prescription. They tell us, check this capacity after this, time.
Yes.
Like how many liters, daily, or how do we take?
So our research found, like when you go to up country and you're given traditional medicine, usually they give you a lot. They can give you in a whole jerry can. They tell you take 3 glasses asubuhi, take 3 in the evening. Now what I decided is to make this concentrated and make it as simple as possible and to make it affordable. So this is 3 tablespoons first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. 3 tablespoons. Ama 45 ml. Ile kijiko ya
mtu anakunywa 3.
Yes. Asubuhi. Ukiamka tu. Normally my arrowroot is on my bedside.
Anakunywa kwanza kabla breakfast.
Hata kabla maji. Najua ukiamka 6.
Tumbo ikiwa empty.
Kabisa. Because it must hit the stomach and straight to the blood. We don't even need it to be digested. Straight into the system and to start working. That's how it should be. If you take it in the evening, you're going to have a lot of energy. The libido thing kicks in and you'll sleep at 1, wake up at 4 and you won't feel tired. Yes.
Kwa hivyo ni vizuri kunywa asubuhi.
Kunywa asubuhi.
Immediately you wake up.
Absolutely.
Before you pray, before you take breakfast.
Exactly.
And you do this.
Because normally utakunywa hii dawa, you put it aside, pengine utakunywa maji. Like for me, after 20 minutes, I drink my water. Then breakfast is at 8 or 9.
So it's just once a day.
Once a day. And then there's a break between bottles of 7 days. It's critical. People used to say to me, I don't want a break. I said, no, you must have that break. The 7 days is critical because your liver has worked hard, your kidney has worked hard. You must give them a break.
Kwa hivyo hii chupa moja kisha.
Yes.
Angojee wiki moja.
Yes.
Kabla ya kununua chupa ingine.
Exactly. She has to have a break.
Okay, 10 weight.
Wonderful. 10 weight, I did because when I went to my friends, and every time they bought this, I said, but what about my husband? And I was like, but your husband doesn't have any problems. And like, what about my brother? What about my partner? What about my father? And they were just telling me this all the time. And I said, okay, I'll develop something for men. So I went home, And I discovered that actually the same way women have reproductive health issues, so do men. But we're not talking about them. So tenduate, and this tenduate, Prunus africana, is very famous in Europe. Actually, they harvest a lot from our forests and from Cameroon and from the Congo because it is used to treat prostate cancer for European men over 50. They have predicted that 50% of European men will develop prostate cancer. So they actually use this in chemotherapy. So I went home and I discovered the men are using this. Right? So then I got together a formulation and I thought, okay, this also needs something for the stomach. This also needs something for infections. This needs something for pain. And I worked out, if I clean the prostate, this cleans the prostate, everything else will work. It's like you press one button and all the 5 things around works. Exactly. Now you flush out any waste, any lingering illnesses flushed out. The prostate is clean. Makojo sasa inakuja vizuri. No more erectile dysfunction. No more premature ejaculation. Those two are.
Kwa hivyo wale watu wako 60 years wanarudi honeymoon.
Of course. Of course. And then another one is low sperm count. It stimulates the production of sperm. So people who come to us and they have zero sperm, you know, there's such a condition where the couple are not getting pregnant. He has no
watoto wazazi, like couples hawapati watoto.
Exactly.
Kumbe shida ni
mwanaume.
Ni huyo mzee.
Exactly. So this is like an all-in-one product. Because the whole idea of health should not be hard. You shouldn't have to go and get 10 different things, see 10 different doctors, spend money, travel. You know, this is our ancestral birthright. These are things they left for us. And you can see if you go to the village, you can find a 90-year-old man is having children. And here, our 20-year-olds are struggling.
I see. Any testimonials?
We have so many testimonials. If you come to our Facebook page, you'll get thousands and thousands.
I've just looked at your page, and so many people talking positively about these. Some have used them, and you know,
because that's what grew our product. What grew our product is that it works. You cannot survive in this Nairobi selling something like this that doesn't work. People will come for you. So it was working, and once it starts working, WhatsApp groups were just ambassading it everywhere. Right? Then people tell us their stories. They get excited because initially they don't believe. So we receive 6 to 10 testimonials per day. Right now, that's what's happening. The team is so busy putting them all together, trying to get the backstory, finding out how many bottles did you use, what did you go through. That's what we really like to do. Tell more people, tell them. And we sometimes we hide. The person doesn't want their face to be seen. But we put it out there, and if somebody makes a comment, they can inbox each other. We don't censor, right? So that is how the business has grown.
Good news. Habari Jema. Thank you very much, Harriet.
Thank you.
This is really a solution. It is solution kabisa. Thank you.